see, before I start, I want to share this video. I hope I feel better after this Aries full moon. Because leading up to it, I sure don't feel very good. Although I did just walk 2 miles, so maybe that's why my body's a little sore. I'm out of shape. Cardiovascularly. Let's see here. I just want to put... I wonder if I can click on that link. Go to channel. So I cut and paste a link in the chat. Oh, it's hyperlinked. It's underlined.
They asked me, and I'm going to share the recipe I used to lose 24 pounds.
Wait.
Okay? First,
what did I do?
You're going to take 7 ounces.
I'm screwing around. I'm playing with technology. Alright, it works. That's a good listen. Hi, Dawn. Yeah. Yeah. Yay! Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to yell. Sweet. That's awesome. I think you guys are the best. And then if you could ask them all, like ask them get a consensus, what kind of pizza they want. And then I'll get some wings, stuff like that. And how about we do a pizza day Friday? Or whatever day, you guys decide. It's up to you. I just thought it'd be a cool way to end up the week. Okay, and then it'll take me an hour to get there, so I gotta, if it's too close to end of business, I'll just come first thing in the morning. Okay? Very good. Thank you. Bye. That's cool. Woohoo! Good news. I got good news. Yay! I got good news. No metal shavings in the differential. Yippee! Wow. And then they got the parts in the shop, so they don't have to order the parts out. So I might get the bourbon back by end of day. Excuse me, I had to take that call, and then I forgot my coffee someplace. I'm getting the bourbon road ready because it's beautiful in New Mexico, so I'm going to take Mom out to drive around to look at leaves and the trees and stuff like that. Stuff's getting pretty crazy out there, huh? On the old planet Earth? It's almost like people are figuring out they got a spirit, that there's stuff that happens in the ethers. I live my whole life woo-wally. I have woo-wally lived my life. I don't got Earth in my chart, so what that means to me is I have lived my whole incarnation not on the same planet as everyone else. As like a spectator. Because we always moved around a lot. And when you're an outsider, people treat you different than when you're an insider. And I've always been an outsider trying to get in on the inside, and no, you just can't. So it kind of worked to my benefit, because what I figured out Is all those all those things I was trying to be a part of is just a club, and clubs are weird to me. They're just groups where like a small group designates how everybody else has to behave in their life and they have to conduct themselves, and yet there's people within every group that have their own agenda, so they don't follow the same rules and policies and procedures that everyone else does. There's just so much lying and conniving and manipulation and just fake debauchery. What I do here is I'm a heyoka. I'm one of them dark empaths. We don't necessarily like the role we get. We just do the best with what we can. And I ain't like a lot of other ones, see, because I have a much broader spectrum than most, because while most heyoka sat in the same place and did the same thing over and over, I did the same thing over and over in many different places. And so I see who the controllers are, and I see who the manipulators are, and I see who the ones that are just about themselves, but they're going to pay themselves so much to tell you that they care about you. See, because of my path, I've been into this woo-woo shit my whole entire life. I was born into it. Mom, she's one of those psychic intuitives, so I just got it handed down to me. All this knowing, I didn't even know what to do with it for a long time. I think I figured it out. And every time I think I figured it out, then things change, and then I always known that I was a spiritual being and that this is just an incarnation. It's like going to a library and checking out a book, only this is my book cover. My soul sack is my book cover. You know? Only it's a choose your own adventure, because we got free will, and I look around and it's just so weird what people choose to do with their free will. Like, of all the things you can do, it's always what I can do for me. Chasing sensations. Just do whatever you want. Consequence be darned. You know? I know a lot of people don't believe in karma. I do. I don't look at it as karma, though. I look at it as the universe. Do you ever have to sit in the back seat of a car with the older brother? And then they just pick on you, and they torment you, and they pick on you, and then finally you can't freaking take it, and you just, boom. And then you get it back from him twice as hard. Right? That's what happened to me, anyway. And then so what I learned to do is, I have to learn to just ignore, and just let him torment me, and not pick up the emotions that I am powerless, because my power is resisting his torment and not letting him bother me. Because I always got in trouble, because you can't hit people. You can't hit people, it hurts. You know, there's so many protagonists, people that provoke you. Protagonists. I can be one from time to time. And they just want to get you out of your center. I can't be like that anymore. Because there's too many people that are so far out of their center, that they're not rational beings. They're void of spirit. All those things that make them a human. All those things like compassion, you know. Just compassion. I mean, vehicles are like 2 tons, right? And I've been a pedestrian in a lot of... I've been hit by a car when I was walking in a sidewalk. And I've told this story on this video. And so it's just really weird. That was the day my car got repoed. That sucked. That was a shitty day. Oh well, just more shit to get over, right? As I see people that, you know, they do the same stuff every year. Season tickets to football games, Vegas in the fall, like every year they go to different places but they do the same thing that they did the year before, just to eat. It's just so wasteful. I listened to some chick last night talk about how she drove 6 hours to go play in Grand Canyon. And I used to do that, but I also like weed whack the street on my town. Like, I also do things to inconvenience myself for the betterment of others. That's why it's getting so hard. But it is getting better because I'm seeing humanity's making a comeback. Humanity is, because, dude, ain't no agency ever saved me. I read the sheriff report when I was 13 about what happened to me when I was 10 months old. And so I figured out that's why my hip pops. I'll let you put that together. But I read the report that said, San Bernardino Sheriff Department. I remember the logo and like the press paper, because it's all official and important. Took me for a few minutes to figure out that it was about me, until I was like, oh, that's why my hip pops. And so I dissociated a long time ago and figure out, my soul's been flying around. It comes back in when I gotta deal with people. School was a nightmare for me. I barely graduated high school because I wouldn't get with the program. But then I had to get with the program because I had to take care of my mom because a man slammed her head in the car door when she was 38. And so, I had to get with the program for the outcome to take care of mom, so I had to go to college, and I wanted a 4.0 just to see if I could do it, if I had the brains. And what I figured out is I got a lot of brains. I'm pretty smart. I just haven't got to live in like my full capacity with my mind, body, and spirit lined up. And then I started noticing how many other people are really smart out there. But I got ideas to make communities better, because light is liquid, water is liquid light to me. And so I got a lot of ideas. And some of those ideas are, like the people that are volunteer fire departments and stuff like that, or they work in fire, they still get paid. They say it's volunteer, but nobody can live to do nothing for free. And they got some kind of income. But anyway, I know because they post ads to hire. It's all a crock. It's all a rock. Anyway, you don't even need fire departments if you train people, have classes and train people that they can come out in the neighborhood, and then just have hose houses and stuff like that. All the equipment in the truck, just right there in like little mini shed that's all secure and locked up and stuff. But see, we're gonna make America so good and so nice for everyone that it's gonna be like China, where they don't want it. You don't see that they could drink any place, they just don't, because it's not soul sucking. I ain't never been there. I think it would be kind of cool just to see like how people are, because I've been to Greece, and I went to Napoli. I've been there one time. Napoli. And I like going to other places to get ideas of how they do it to make where I live a better place. People don't do that a lot. So ever since I was a little girl, like I learned how mom always had these earth angels come into her life, and they taught her, and then I would watch the things that she learned, and then I was learning through her, and then I learned to learn on my own. And so I learned how I don't identify as any label except Heyoka, because I'm a contrary, that's it. So I'm not one of those witches. I'm not in alignment with that. Because it worries me to be friends with people that if they get mad at me, they want to turn me into something I'm not. And that's the thing, is like, it's messing with free will that we can't do. There's too many people that are so sideways in their mind, body, and spirit because they're living a life that has been imposed upon him, and that is not nature's way. Cooperation is nature's way. So keep talking a world into a better existence. Keep speaking it into a better existence. You know, I keep talking $2,000 for every. I don't care if you pay taxes. I don't care. If you were born in this country, you are entitled. You deserve $2,000 a month to take care of things like housing. And if you can't raise yourself up with that and all the opportunities, free education, free health care, because every time I see, and they're like, whenever they say, we don't have the budget for that, I'm like, yeah, you do, because you're getting paid for a job you don't do, so we'll just take away your pay. And you can be reduced from 400,000 or 200,000 or 240,000. You know, you keep all the stuff you already got, but you know, and then you can produce more fruits from what you already have, because you've taken so much away from your supposed constituents. But it's this big old spiritual war. That's what's going on. I mean, you could talk about the earthlings and the aliens, because we're all intermixed. We're all the same at this point. Half earthling, half I mean, what difference does it make? I don't care what people are. You be a straight up lizard. But you could also be, you know, living true your spirit and not your heart, or not your ego. Not in that lower vibrational me, travel around here. Like, evidently the whole world watched some dude fall off freaking dome in Yosemite. Like, think about all those people that if they were out there freaking, like, you know, doing something practical, helping clean up something, like doing something to make a world better place. But we're going to see this more and more because people play too much. So I've seen a lot of horrific events because other people play so much. Yeah, just let people do what they want. See, my brain, I don't got Earth in my chart, so I don't really recognize money much. But we get these cards, instead of putting these cards in our hands like that weird muskrat dude wants people, like that weird stuff that people watch too much space sci-fi, and then they're like, we can make it reality because reality is based on fucking imagination. And it's just like, but you guys piss away so much money, pretend money reindeer, you know, to do what you want, but you can't let this guy over here live in this house and not have to pay anything because you have so much that you didn't do nothing for. I mean, that's poverty mentality exists because the rich people think that there's poor people that don't deserve things. And that is a life lesson I learned a long time ago, because it was so weird, because my dad's side had so much money and so much advantage in Atascadero, California. All the fucking privilege, but I had spirit. I had a heart. I wouldn't do the things that they would want me to do to have the things that they had, because they had to do the things that they did to get what they got. So they saw that I was my mother's daughter. I was a truth speaker. I wasn't going to keep people's secrets. You know, I'd go home visiting Grandpa. I said, Grandpa taught us how to play strip poker. I was 3. Brother got to keep all his clothes on. I guess I had to learn how to play real good at a young age to keep my clothes on. You know, you live up in ways like that, and then people want to start telling me who the good people are and who the bad people are, while Mom is teaching me, no, you got to learn discernment. You got to listen to your gut. So you ever seen that movie, Men in Black? That's an old movie. I didn't watch it when it came out. I watched it later. There's a part in it where he's walking through and he's doing training, and he shoots the little girl with the books. And everybody, you know, he's the only one that did it. And, you know, he recognizes that she's out of place and has, like, books that are sus, you know, like that a little girl wouldn't have. So that's what I do. I just tune into who and what people are, and then once I find out who and what people are, they get so angry that they're gonna be found out that the gig is up. They're so look around. Look around. I just like to get people to think in different ways, and I talk about how Washington D.C. is an extension of Hollywood, and Hollywood is like and there it's an extension. They're all under the same umbrella. Pro sports entertainment. You know, they literally call them playbooks. You know, like a stage. You know, back in the olden days, they used to say, "Now you're back to your regular scheduled program." You know, just look at this instead of going out and making a life for yourself. Our psyche has been hijacked. And now people are waking up and remembering, oh my God, I have a spirit, and this isn't the only life I lived. I've lived other incarnations, and those other incarnations have happened in the future, and some have happened in the past because time happens all congruently at the same time. Huh, ain't that a trip? And then they're figuring out, like, man, I made poor choices in this life. Maybe I can rectify it. They're starting to figure out slowly but surely that universal energy or universal law is much higher than just karma. You know? It's like whatever you punch somebody, they're gonna punch you back. And if they don't punch you back, that's like misplaced energy out there. It's an imbalance, and there's all these bullies on planet Earth, America included, where we've been punching the Middle East. I was on Crete when we punched Iraq, you know. And maybe those countries don't have the ability to punch us back. But have you noticed America lately and how much it resembles a war zone? Blown up refineries. Notice that? You know, looks like a third world country because we made other places that way. Then now people are figuring out, you know, like because these old dudes watch movies like The Godfather and Casino, that's why they're all doing this weird, stupid, you know, world stage game. Like, you know, with the president of freaking France and his husband, and you know, they live their weird little storylines, and it's weird shit. They don't want the whole world to know that they're living their lives in very disingenuous ways. So all that lying and conniving and thieving and debauchery, people are spending too much time doing that stuff. There's too many people like my mom. Me, though, were worse off because I could mask like a motherfucker because it was just acting to me. It was just playing a role. Just pretending like I needed to be the person what I needed to be in order for that person to engage with me and not be mean. Without trying to end up being mean. Because it makes me crabby and I get frustrated when people are fucking dicks. Then I match their energy. So yeah, I'm always the asshole. I'm okay with it though. Because they started, I just finish it. That's all. You can't do that in New Mexico because here they just shoot you dead. They shoot you dead for no reason. They'll shoot you dead just because they played a video game, got so much, but really wanted to see what it was like in real life. Because they don't have regard for life, because that's what Satan will have you do, is just whatever you want. Without any kind of discipline. self without ever inconveniencing self. I heard this dude talk the other day about how like, oh, you gotta inconvenience yourself. I'm like, dude, you live in a town where fucking like straight up lots of people drowned and died. And you could even be bothered to like make sandwiches for people that had it worse than you in your own community. So it's the people that do tangible things to make things better, you know. I try to make mom. I'm so excited. I found a shampoo that is like a game changer for mom. I'm mom's nurse. I'm mom's doctor. She don't go, so I got to be all the things. So, and stuff creeps me out. I get creeped out by stuff like other people's fluids and stuff. But you gotta just bless and release that ick that I get, and you got put on rubber gloves and do what you gotta do. And because and I'm not just talking, yeah, anyway, all kinds. Humans are gross, and we just make all kinds of weird stuff. And so, but she's always had like really sensitive scalp, and I noticed that it was getting more sensitive, and every time I washed it, it had like goopy stuff. And so I got this shampoo. I used it one time, and she dried her hair, and I'm just baffled. It's Nioxum, so I know a lot of people are taking care of their parents these days. I've been doing it a long time. If you need any guidance and help, yeah, I'm not a medical professional, but mom's gonna be 75 November. She still has a nice, pretty smile. She still has all of her teeth, and she don't go to the dentist. She don't go to the doctor because there's a lot of people like her that don't have the mindset to, like, it creates so much stress just to, like, because she's been through hell in her life. And so, you know, I ain't the boss of her. I don't go to the doctor either unless I have to. And, I mean, in New Mexico, it's a problem. They don't have doctors here anyway because the greedy, stupid cousins want them to pay so much. See, it's all about getting everybody a paycheck. Systems are designed, they're just welfare systems for the employees within the agency. You understand that? And look how many people have gotten paid in the last 5, 10, 15 years for doing a job that they didn't do. You know? Because if they did, the infrastructure wouldn't be dissolving. That's okay. You can go away. Austin Ford. Austin, are you named after Texas, the toilet-shaped state? Is that you? Because Texas is the toilet-shaped state. New Mexico is the land of the stupid cousin. And I can say that because I'm related to so many New Mexicans. Because my mom was born in Cuesta. Yeah. Then her mom, you know, she's just one of those breeder people. Like, that's all she did. She just bred, her husband just bred her. You know, that's all that she had. 9 kids over here, and then dad had like 17 kids over here, and mom was the youngest, and she was born with 2 club feet, and then so they threw her away into an orphanage because that's what people in New Mexico do. They're kind of trashy, I found. Then we moved here in 2020, and then found out she was born in Cuesta. So that's why it's so funny that I get to make fun of all the stupid cousins of New Mexico. Because they're literally related to me. And they know about her. Like, you know, they could have, like, come back and said, our baby that we threw away is back. Let's make it right. Like, all, you know, hundreds of her, but the primos and primas just didn't raise their kids right. They just taught them to do whatever you want. Just live that best life. And now New Mexico, the only thing New Mexico is number 1 is stupid cousins. Yeah. That's the only thing it's number 1 in. And then you got Texas, the toilet-shaped state. You know, there's just so many people that raise stellar human beings in America. You know, every day there's like like all these kids are they're leaving their houses and then they're going out and racing around because they got the zoomies because they play video games, so they want to do that in real life, and then they die and make their mom and dad or grandma cry, brother or sister, but that's okay. They died doing what they loved, right? That's called not having a regard for life. People that have regard for life don't commonly, on a regular basis, put that life in danger. Yeah. I just, when you got shallow little shit stain fabric, you got little shit stains on the fabric of society that they have like 2 brain cells and they don't know what I'm talking about, and then they're gonna chime in like they're, like the freaking 8 years I've been doing YouTube videos talking about all the stuff that's happening today, just ugh. Those are the energetic vampires that like to be dicks. But if I went to Austin's page, Austin, you don't got no content, dude. Austin, he's probably one of those dudes that's like in his 30s, but his balls haven't dropped yet. He's one of them guys. I've seen him my whole life, Like when they're young, they're like these little bunnies that just like to put it everywhere. Dude, Austin, that don't last. That don't last. Because they watch like too much porn and stuff, and they think that that's how a woman wants to be treated. And then he hooks up with the chick, does what he sees on fucking TV, and then she's forever traumatized because that's not how a lady wants to be treated. Austin, there's so many of yous. See, there's a dime a dozen. There's millions of Austins on planet Earth, but there's only one of me. Cracks me up. They're everywhere. Austin, do you drive a big truck? Is it lifted? Austin, are you a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Virgo? I bet you're one of those. Yeah. and a little tiny little soul sack. I mean, I was 10 years old when I watched Roseanne, that movie with Steve Martin, who had a big nose. So that's when I learned that it's just, like, whenever people can make fun of you, just know that you can always make fun of yourself first. But just give them a little bit first. And if they want to keep going, just like accentuate your character defects. It just makes people not want to play with you. There's all kinds of ways to get people to go away. There's all kinds of ways. All I gotta do is say I'm sorry for my service because I'm surrounded by people that benefited from the fucking lie which America is, because America's a lie. Yeah. So, I'm learning. I can't talk too much. I can't talk any trash on other people's pages anymore. I just have to keep my opinions to myself. And leave people, because whatever I see in them is shit I don't like about me, that's all. And, that's the course of action, that's a course in which I've chosen to live my life, and that is recognizing how we are all connected, even me with the Austins. So then I think about the times that I've gone into other people's conversations and tried to pull them out of their center. So it's all about learning. If people are capable of learning, I understand it. There's a lot of people, no joke, that they can't learn. Mom hasn't known what day it is for 15 years, Mom, like, she was so smart, and she got it all taken away from her. And so I felt compelled to be all that I could be to make up for what she couldn't. Just because some little fucking Austin slammed her head in a car door. Some little shit stain. Some dude that got too wasted and then, felt inferior because he acts inferior. And domestic is supposed to be Domestic Violence Month. I can tell you how I watched, at 5 years old, watched her get kicked off a second story balcony when she was already knocked out. So, I mean, people can come at me, whatever, but it's just like, dude, I've already been in hell. I've lived hell my whole life. Your little fucking remarks aren't going to make anything worse for me. I've been watching my mom fade for years. And I don't have anybody to share in this with except talking to strangers on the fucking internet. And I'm trying to make things better for other people that have a mom that they're just trying to take care of and keep a goddamn roof over their head because I can't pay to this mortgage and the mortgage of my landlord's house too. And that's what a lot of people do. Because they figured out, oh, I'll just pay twice as much, and that's why so many people are living in their cars. Because, but these people, they don't get how energy works, and you make it hard for other people. You will come into a day one day that you will not. You will not get the help that you need it when you call for it. You won't. You're gonna experience the same hell by just not helping people that you would put people through by not helping them. So, and that ain't even fucking woo-woo. That's just physics as far as how energy works. And I got college degrees that tell me that I know what I'm talking about as far as science and electricity, computers, mechanics from the military. So I be knowing lots of things. I just say dumb words so more people can know things like me. That's all. Just speak in layman's terms. Because I don't live on the same stupid planet Earth that everybody chooses to live on. Because things like mazes and pumpkin like winter's coming. People are gonna freeze to death this winter. But hey, as long as it doesn't impact you directly or me directly, I keep trying to plant seeds to make a place for travelers to go to come out of the cold while the storm passes. And while you're here, do your laundry, take a shower, do some maintenance on your vehicle inside the heated garage. Or if it's summer, it'll be air conditioned. Come here and recharge your batteries, decompress. And if you can't afford it, that's okay, because we got dogs and cats on site because animal rescue is such a problem where I live. So I have accommodations for them, and you can just help walk the dogs, feed the dogs, to stay the night, and then eat whatever you want. Got a garden here on site. We got farm to table fresh food. You don't know how to cook? I love to cook. I'll cook for you, whatever you want. So a traveling center for poor people with showers, laundry, outdoor kitchens. Because so many people don't have alternatives in life. And it's always the people that have like, they have always been taken care of. That have the most shit to talk. Like, you've been taken care of. You've never missed a meal. You never had somebody hold you down and impose upon you their will over yours because you weren't strong enough to fight them off? Or watch it happen to someone that you love? Like, you ain't never been traumatized in life, but you want to go out in the world and talk some shit to people that have. And see what happens. So, yeah, World War III is of the spiritual variety. And we are in it. And every time I don't punch a bitch in the face, God wins. And every time I punch a bitch in the face, ego wins. To me, ego is easing God out. To me, God is good orderly direction. Do the right thing. Don't punch a bitch in the face. And it has served me well into my 52nd year. I had my 51st birthday, so that's the start of my 52nd year. So, yeah. So for all of you that this is your first rodeo, it's going to get real, real fun. Enjoy the Aries full moon. Careful, though, because if you play with the ram, you might get the horns. Plus, I'm Scorpio moon, so you could get the stinger. Or I'm Cancer rising, so you could get the snippy snaps. On a good day, you might get the horn snippy snaps and stinger. So, don't judge a book by a cover. That's what I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.